When people think about success, they think about discipline, mindset, intelligence, and strategy. But very few people talk about emotional intelligence, even though it's the number one skill that determines your success. It determines how you will live the rest of your life. It determines the quality of your relationships and even your health. Today, I want to show you why emotional intelligence it's not just a soft skill, but the most important skill you will ever develop. Emotional intelligence is not about controlling your emotions. It's about understanding how your nervous system responds to life. It's about noticing those internal states and how they determine how you react to life instead of responding to it. It's not about talking beautifully, saying beautiful things, and saying the right thing on the outside. This is not fake positivism. This is not your superficial mindfulness. Usually, CEOs think that so long as I get what I want, so long as I impress the right people, so long as I achieve those quarterly goals, I will be okay. Except they notice that their relationships are in turmoil. They're losing their partnerships. And sometimes their anger snaps them and teaches them this is no way to live. No amount of success will give them the satisfaction they're looking for. Leaders that disconnect from their bodies and they keep on hustling. They keep on going like Alex Hormozi, right? Like, let's just push it down, let's just go for it. Except when you reach it, you still want more, because no amount of success on the outside will help you reach that internal satisfaction on the inside. There's many cases like Alex Hormozi that went through childhood abuse and realized he wanted to go for it, like stifle it, just nip it in the bud and just achieve as much success as he can. And one day you will feel satisfied and you will feel enough. Except that day doesn't come. When you are successful on the outside, but emotionally tense and rigid, you do not find the joy in everyday living. So you reach your 40s, 50s, 60s, and then realize that it was not all worthwhile. It was not safe for one day. It was not about the end destination. It was about the journey. And if you did not enjoy it, you lost half or more of your life trying to reach that external stimuli. And was it satisfying? Did it finally pay off? Or was it just as empty as going for it? High achievers do struggle the most, I have to say, because when you are an athlete and a high performer, you want to achieve success, and that gives you the dopamine that you feel it's going to really satisfy you, and it's going to give you everything that you need. Except you realize that those achievements are empty and they're not really fueling the life that you want. They're just fueling external achievements, external success, external satisfaction, and it's ephemeral, it's not lasting, and it's not satisfactory. Most high-performing professionals I work with on a daily basis are highly capable, but emotionally drained. They feel empty on the inside. I had a patient this morning that was telling me, Ale, no matter how much I earn or I achieve, I still feel like that little boy that was waiting for his mother's validation and that hug of saying, hey, you did a good job. And because I never got that or healed it on the inside, they keep on going for more goals and more goals and more goals. And this was someone in their 60s. But if this is you and you are in an earlier stage, you're still in time. More success is not going to give you more satisfaction. Also not more validation. It's just going to keep you stuck in a loop of what I'll be happy when, I'll be happy if. And that day never comes. And because I've seen this too long, I have to be honest with you. Unless you change what is on the inside, that external condition will not match you to show you that satisfaction you're looking for, that joyous living, that fully vivacious life you are craving on the inside. If you're feeling that inner anxiety, like something's off, I don't know what I'm looking for, why is it that I'm always going for something and not reaching it? This is for you. If you feel like you have success without true fulfillment, if your relationships feel utterly insatiable, or you always want to go for the next thing, the grass is greener on the other side, I will jump to the next ship instead, only to find that that ship was also empty because the emptiness came from you. That self-sabotage you've been avoiding for years, that difficulty to sleep and fully rest during the day and at nighttime. If you learned that success meant always staying on high alert, monitoring what's happening in your environment, keeping an eye for potential risk and danger, and that was the safest way to survive. That was an excuse and not an actual reason. And there's experts like me to show you how to get out of that. I was just reading this morning the case of Nikola Tesla. If you have not heard about Nikola Tesla, go Google him because he's the most influential person 100 or 200 years ago. Nikola Tesla developed high technology. Teslas came from there, electricity came from there, and very many things. But his life was miserable. Pick up a book of his autobiography and you will read that he was empty on the inside. Same thing with Beethoven and Mozart. The great geniuses of our time were chasing for a life that was empty. And yes, they contributed to society and science in the middle of that, but they died alone. So if you don't want that to be you, find that inner fulfillment, because you can still achieve your calling and your purpose without suffering and with happy relationships and with inner purpose. Most of all, when you grow up thinking that the answer is on the outside, you think that there'll be joy and fulfillment one day and not today. And I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this is not on the outside. This is on the inside. And there are psychotherapists like me to walk you through it and teach you how to get there. Emotional intelligence really is a nervous system skill. It's the skill of regulating your emotions on the inside in order to project them on the outside. Emotional intelligence, it's not something you learn with logic. It's something your nervous system learns through learning how to be safe in your body. The body is showing you earlier than the mind because the circuits in the cerebellum and the parasympathetic nervous system in the parietal lobe are going to teach you faster the reaction and how you truly feel about things as opposed to how you think about things, which is the frontal lobe. The body learns before the mind. And that's why there's usually an automatic reaction to things instead of conscious decisions. There is reaction to things instead of the response to things. And usually our reactions come from childhood imprinting and patterns we learn early on that were not necessarily healthy or productive for our relationships, for our health, for our finances, and for our life. A lot of people understand this, but how do you integrate it into your daily life? How do you actually change on the inside so you can respond with integrity, with peace, with intelligence and productivity instead of reacting with fear, anger, and sadness, depression, and worst of all, not solutions, but just more problems? This is what I'm here to teach you, because regulating your emotions and learning how to control your nervous system to respond the way you would have liked to is one of the most important skills you will learn in 2026. There is no more important thing in life than learning how to control yourself so you can have the most productive reactions to life on the outside. When you understand this and you put it into practice with my Kairos methodology, you will have actual peace, sustained throughout time, clarity for decision making, because you will be making the best decisions you could ever make, internal coherence, happy and stable relationships that matter to you, and a life that is worth living. How can someone be emotionally intelligent if their bodies are constantly in survival mode? How could you respond from peace if your body is full of cortisol and stress? Ask yourself that, because if you've been struggling with this is the moment to stop. The real life consequences of not dealing with your internal states and just going on autopilot can be very severe. It means having money but no peace. It means having relationships that are in turmoil. It means having a partner that you may not love and you're just there for comfort, for validation, for I'm afraid of what lies outside the relationship. Leaders that lead teams but do not feel truly connected. People that live in autopilot. And this is not because you're broken. It's because you were never taught the most important skill in life, which is emotional intelligence. Only performance. You were taught to perform, to hustle, to lead more, to give more, to achieve more. Except you found yourself empty. You found yourself void of that result that you were looking for, of that satisfaction you were craving. Because achieving more did not mean feeling more, or feeling better inside, or more fulfilled. This is your time to connect to that inner truth that you know is inside of you, that is telling you, I do not want to live this way anymore. I want to be happy. I want to be at peace. I want to feel fulfilled. If you want to feel that calmness without shutting down, that focus without pressure, those relationships without fear, those decisions without urgency, that success without the emptiness, live a life that starts feeling coherent, effortless, and fully joyful. And this, I have to tell you, is not fulfilled by reading more books, getting more knowledge, reading more, listening to another podcast, another interview. This is a skill you learn, like how to ride a bike. It is a step-by-step process that teaches you how to get to emotional regulation every single time. And there's a process for this. It's a process that takes time, that goes deep, and it's not a quick fix. But what I can assure you is it will last a lifetime. Once you know how to regulate your emotions and use them to your advantage, you will not be running. You will not be chasing. You will not be looking on the outside for the answers. You will know how to achieve everything you want in a satisfactory way every single day. If you are a CEO, a high performer, a high-performing professional, and you want to feel calm and emotionally stable, not just productive, message me on WhatsApp and apply for a diagnostic session. You will find the link in the bottom of this video, and you will find the methodology in a consultation with me. If you apply today, there may be still spots for you. So do not miss out on this opportunity. Your time is now. And this is not about quick fixes. It's about developing emotional intelligence from the root, so your life starts finally feeling good and like a ride you were looking for. And I will see you on the inside.